In most UK supermarkets, the actual food is cheap. The thing that makes your shopping expensive is everything added on top of the food. You're paying for convenience, and you're paying for big brand names. So the smartest things to buy are usually the plainest ones. Food that's whole, frozen, tinned, or dried. In this video, I'll show you 12 cheap groceries that give you the most food and nutrition for your money. Number 1. Frozen peas. A lot of people think fresh vegetables are always better than frozen ones, but that isn't true. A fresh pea loses half of its vitamin C within a couple days of being picked. Frozen peas are frozen within hours of being picked, so all of that goodness stays locked inside. That means your fresh bag that sat in your fridge for a few days is actually worse for you than frozen. The NHS counts frozen peas towards your 5 a day, exactly the same as the fresh ones, so keep a bag in your freezer and tip out as much as you need at a time. Number 2. Frozen berries. Frozen berries are another smart buy, for the same reasons. A bag of frozen berries costs less than a punnet of fresh ones, and because you only pour out what you need, the rest never go off in the bottom of the fridge. They're great in all sorts of things, blended into a smoothie, stirred into porridge or yogurt, or baked into a crumble. So keep a bag in the freezer and you've always got fruit ready to go. Number 3. Tinned tomatoes. You might think fresh tomatoes are healthier than tinned, but cooking and tinning tomatoes doesn't destroy the goodness, it actually concentrates it. There's a nutrient in tomatoes called lycopene, and your body absorbs far more of it from cooked or tinned tomatoes than from raw ones. A tin costs about 40 pence, and it's the starting point for 100 different meals. Number 4. Tinned sardines or mackerel. The NHS recommends eating oily fish about once a week, and a tin of sardines is one of the cheapest ways to do it. They're full of omega-3, which is good for your heart, and they've got calcium in them too, because the little bones are soft enough to eat. A tin costs around 70 pence, far less than fresh fish. Buy the ones with the bones still in, and have them on toast for a proper meal. Number 5. Dried red lentils. Lentils are one of the cheapest sources of protein you can buy in this country. A portion costs under 10 pence, and they're packed with protein and fibre. Here's the trick smart shoppers use. When you're cooking something with mince, like a bolognese or a chili, stir a handful of red lentils in with the meat. The lentils soak up the flavour, make the meal go further, and roughly half the amount of meat you need. Number 6. Eggs. An egg is one of the cheapest sources of complete protein you can buy. Complete protein just means it has all 9 of the protein building blocks your body can't make on its own. With 6.4 grams of complete protein per egg, that works out at under 4 pence for every gram of protein, and an egg is about the fastest cheap meal there is. Number 7. A whole chicken. Buying a whole chicken is about half the price per kilo of buying chicken breasts on their own. One chicken can feed a family for 2 or 3 meals. A roast on the first day, the leftover meat in sandwiches on the second, and then you can boil the bones to make a free pot of soup or stock. So buy the whole bird, not the packs of breasts. Number 8. Porridge oats. Oats are the only breakfast food allowed to make an official health claim approved by food regulators. Oats contain a special kind of fibre called beta-glucan, and eating about 3 grams of it a day, roughly a bowl and a half of porridge, is proven to lower your cholesterol. A bowl of plain oats costs about 6 pence. Number 9. Plain Greek yogurt. A big tub of plain Greek yogurt has up to 10 grams of protein in every 100 grams and no added sugar. A small fruit-flavoured yogurt, by comparison, usually has around 11 grams of sugar and less than a third of the protein. So buy the big plain tub and flavour it yourself with your own fruit, fresh or frozen. Number 10. Wholemeal pasta. Swapping white pasta for the brown wholemeal version gives you about 3 times as much fibre. Fibre keeps you feeling full for longer, so you snack less between meals. And the NHS recommends wholemeal over white. A bag costs about the same as white pasta, so it's basically a free upgrade. Just pick up the brown bag instead of the white one. Number 11. Carrots and onions. The These two are the cheapest base for cooking you'll find in the whole shop. The starting point for almost every cheap soup, stew and sauce. One quick warning though, don't assume the loose carrots and onions are cheaper than the bagged ones. For these two, the big bag is usually better value, so check the little price per kilo label on the shelf. The real reason to buy them loose is to take exactly the amount you need. That way none of them rot at the bottom of the fridge. And last on our list is number 12. Bananas. A single banana costs around 17 pence, and it gives you a good hit of potassium and fibre. Potassium helps keep your blood pressure normal. A banana comes in its own skin, so there's no packaging and no mess. And it beats a £1 cereal bar on price, on sugar, and on fibre. So those are the 12 groceries worth buying, but knowing what to leave on the shelf is just as important. So there we have it, the 12 cheap groceries worth buying. If you only remember one thing from this video, remember this: the smartest food in the supermarket is usually the plainest. The whole, frozen, tinned and dry food, with a short list of ingredients. Get those basics right, and you're already shopping more cleverly than most people in the shop. But there's a catch. Even when you're buying the right food, you can still pay too much for it. That's because the expensive brand and the cheap own brand sit right next to each other on the shelf, and they're often made in the same factory to the same recipe. At Food Crisis UK, we tell you all about which brands are actually worth your money and which ones you should leave on the shelf. So take a look at our other videos to learn more about what's really going on inside your food. And if you feel like we missed something from this list, then please drop a comment below and let us know. We read every single one. Thank you once again for watching. If you enjoy this type of content and you want more, then please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support.